Deere is giving farmers the long-sought right to repair agricultural equipment on their own. The agreement follows years of lawsuits and complaints. Manufacturers like John Deere have used the argument products like phones, vehicles, or tractors have become too complex for people to repair on their own. The new deal announced yesterday means farmers can diagnose and fix their John Deere tractors without using company parts or facilities. The head of the Nebraska Farm Bureau says the agreement eliminates the need for legislation on the problem.